Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce and Guns, and today we're talking about the Deuce and a Half's weird parking brake. Now right before I shut off the engine, or right after I start the engine up, you're always here on camera, you're always going to hear this weird metallic slap, and that is the parking brake being engaged or disengaged. It is engaged right now, and if I were to start off and about to go down the road, I take the emergency brake or the parking brake off. It is not an emergency brake. It's terminology, sure, but it does not work in emergency pretty much whatsoever. Maybe a little bit, but did put it back on. That's what you're hearing there is basically me disengaging or engaging the parking brake. It's very weird too because it has nothing to do with the traditional normal braking system on the Deuce and a Half. Now this parking brake is pretty much like any other old school parking brake that's not electronic. Now they have electronic parking brakes, ignore that. This is old school normal technology where it has a cable that cams, it's against a cam, and stretches out the cable against the brake pad that is down underneath the vehicle. Now you can adjust the tension of that cable with this knob here. This knob turns. It's of course engaged now, which I'm on a hill, so I'm going to keep it engaged, but this can tighten and loosen the cable if you need to make an adjustment. But the weird thing is not up here. The weirdness about the parking brake is down below, so let's go down there. We have now climbed underneath the Deuce and a Half. We are right behind the transfer case. Transfer case is what transfers the power both to the back and front wheels in a four-wheel drive vehicle. This of course is a 10-wheel drive vehicle. And right behind that is this whole gizmo right here. This is the parking brake and is mounted onto the drive shaft, not on the wheels or the hubs, but on the drive shaft. That's the way they did it, and it seems to work okay. Now the way it works is the cable, there's the cable, you see it right there. The cable's right there. Of course my hand is completely blown out because I had to manually adjust the white balance down here, and it's doing okay for Canon. And basically we have a big old drum brake right here, and a couple of brake shoes that are spring actuated. You saw this when I did my lubing a Deuce video. And you see there are two Zerk fittings right there, grease nipples for you overseas people apparently. There's another Zerk fitting there and another one back there. So there's four of them here, and just in this little assembly here. Now, I have been told that some Deuce and a Halves have a cable, have a brake cable that has a grease nipple on it as well. Mine does not. I've never seen one that did, but I have been told it does occur sometimes. So surrounding this first universal joint for the rear drive shaft is this whole parking brake assembly. And it's very simple. It's very like Stone Age simplicity here, which is what you want in a Deuce and a Half. You don't want anything computerized or fancy here. And you cannot get any more simple than this right here. You got a couple of clips, spring there, spring up there, and that's pretty much it. And it just clamps down with the force of the cam action on the lever inside the cab. And that's pretty much it. Pretty simple. Fun story about my Deuce and a Half adventures with this parking brake. Okay, I just purchased this Deuce and a Half. I took it off the guy's property and then realized he had left me about a shot glass full of diesel in the tank. So the first thing I have to do is find some diesel fuel. So I filled it up, which took me over $200 to fill up at that time. So I took off down the road and I drove for about an hour, hour and a half on interstate at interstate speed. Well, Deuce and a Half interstate speed, which is 45 to 50 miles an hour. And then I looked down at my feet and I realized the parking brake was still engaged. I've been driving for an hour, over an hour at highway speed with the parking brake engaged. Well, that tells me that the parking brake was probably not correctly adjusted from the get-go. So I went ahead and disengaged the parking brake. Didn't really notice anything as far as the driving was concerned. But I pull over and I tried to engage the parking brake to see if it still actually works. It does not. And it is red hot. Well, it's not really red hot, but you cannot touch this thing. It is scalding hot. I wedged the front wheels onto the curb in a parking lot, I think in a McDonald's or Hardee's or something, go in and have some lunch, and then go back out and adjust the parking brake with a couple of tools that I had on hand. The adjustment on the parking brake was at its full extent. So I had to go down and loosen two bolts on the cable where it attaches to the brake caliper underneath and tighten it that way. And I've not touched it since, and it still seems to grab just fine. No harm was done to the assembly, but I did definitely take some life out of those brake pads. Don't mind me, I'm just cleaning up for my next video. Well guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go subscribe. A lot more is on the way. If you want to stay on the Deuce and Guns channel, go ahead and click on one of those two videos right there. That will keep you on the Deuce and Guns channel. If you want to be notified the second a new video comes out, go ahead and ring that notification bell down below. And if you have any comments, questions, or show ideas, leave that in the comment box below the video. And as always, you guys have a great day. See ya.